guys, so I have another flip through. I have been like just flying through journals, which is unlike me. It usually takes me a very long time, but I don't know, I've just been feeling super inspired. So I made like this real questionable closure here. As you can see, one of the Velcro discs fell off. Even though I glued these on, they're still coming off. I do not recommend the Velcro with the sticky back because it will just create problems. But the fun thing about this journal is my friend Lori made this for me. We did a swap, and I made her a journal and she made me this one, and I love Lori's journal so much. I have several of them. So flashing lights warning, this sticker, I'm gonna press it and there's gonna be flashing lights, so fast forward maybe a few seconds. So this sticker was one I found at Walmart, like their dollar type spot, and it's so cute. I love it. And then this is a squishy cover, so I took advantage of that, of course, and I put a few pins on here that I had. This one I was hoarding for a while, actually. So we'll jump right in. This actually turned into more of a Art Grimoire, and it's one of those where I couldn't tell you, even if I wanted to, what everything means, but just know that, like I've talked about before, I use journaling to release things out into the universe or to call things into my life. So it's got to do with one of those things, manifestation or like release work. So I always do like a page where I'm like, this book belongs to type thing. And most of the papers I used here were just like junk papers that I had been collecting, or papers from the Witchy Ephemera kit by Megan and the Moon. And what are my techniques in here? I don't really have a lot of like set techniques, but if you watch like a couple videos back, I did discover like I love backwards handwriting, and that's a great way to write what you need to write in a way that's like visually appealing but still kind of secret. This journal I'm sure is like stuck together because I used a lot of like glitter glue. I'm sure you can kind of see that right down here. I love these jewel stickers. These are from the Dollar Tree. I really loved using my own handwriting, like bubble letters, more of that like what I call graffiti script, to write what I needed to write, but not in a way that I really care to go back and read what it's about. Definitely, if this is lost, then obviously no one will know what I'm writing about. So that's also just, icing on the cake. But just a multitude of layering. We've got some piano paper back here. I do love me some fabric paint. Downside is it is very sticky even when it's completely dry. So honestly, I don't know why I don't have wax paper. I will have to do that. But yeah, it will stick enough where it will rip your page if you're not careful. So this one is one I did for my dog Max, who passed away. Oh gosh, I don't know if I can even talk about this. I'm sorry. This has some of his hair, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I have a very strong relationship with the Virgin Mary because of just my upbringing. This is really bothering me. I got stuck. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Just my upbringing. I have a strong relationship with her. So just asking for strength there because it was very horrible. As you all know, those of you who've had pets, that you've had to put down. This is an example where the fabric paint pulled the other page so that's no fun. Just be careful. More backwards handwriting. I did that over wax paper. I love to use wax paper like that. So if you have like scrap wax papers that have gotten like dirty, kind of like this is great collage paper that you can write on, or maybe draw some symbols on and then like glue it down, and you can still see clearly behind the page. These moths are from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree has really nice stickers now, ever since they've increased their pricing by 25 cents. So these are actually wall decals. So yeah, very nice. And then I did some punching out of circles from, I don't know if you remember, like when you're a kid and they had like that big vinyl sheet that would stick onto your book covers to protect your like textbooks. And I use that. I think it looks really cool. And then just some random book paper scraps. The techniques that I use a lot are using Poscas. That was another thing I discovered with this book particularly, is my love for Poscas. They don't seem like that big of a deal when you first buy them. You're like, this is just a marker, but when you use them on different like surfaces, they're really nice. They're just nice, and like, I don't want to say the word creamy, but that's what comes to mind, like that milk paint, you know, like that really just nice smooth coverage. When you don't see writing in my spreads, then I probably wrote it behind something, and I don't really have a reason. I decide when to write over something or behind something. I really have no rhyme or reason as to why I do that. This is more of that book cover paper. This was from Megan's Ko-fi, or Coffee. I don't know how you say it. She uploads her artwork, so I would check it out if I were you, if you're into like art journaling. She's nice enough to let you print her artwork. But this is like, I wanted to bring joy into the present, and so this is to help kind of bring that energy into my life. I use this mesh fabric. I think Lori gave me more of that fabric paint. I also like to use like numbers where I can, and I like to use like foreign language words where I can, if I know it. We'll try to spell it out myself, or in this case I had these like pages that had them in Japanese, so I like to use that as well. This is just like a little wax disc that I'm keeping here for safekeeping, because I'll show you, it already ripped the paper there, so just trying to prevent that from happening. This probably has to be one of my favorite spreads in here. And here I wrote protection in Spanish, obviously asking for something in this spread to be brought in. Another symbol that I use a lot in my spreads are flowers. I associate flowers with protection, but also like love and protection, and also in some cases abundance. I found these little mirrors at the Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, do not sleep on the Dollar Tree. But they're like wall decals, and so it comes like with one big cloud and then little tiny clouds, and the big cloud I put on my actual wall, but I thought these would be cool in here. To me, like, mirrors amplify, like they make you see a different perspective, right? Because when you're looking into a mirror, things get like turned around. So I think mirrors are super powerful. So that's a favorite. I rambled on and on and on. This is another favorite. I really love this image. I really felt connected to it because it just felt like she's very sort of unbothered, if you will, about things, and just kind of marching to the beat of her own drum. So I was like, yes, I need to include her somewhere. With images, with words, with anything that I use in my art journal, art grimoire, whatever you want to call it, I want the characters to sort of portray things that I feel I am lacking or that I am needing. So like, especially I use this pop star a lot. It's Jimin from BTS, if you don't know who that is, because he has like this thing about him that I really admire, like this magic, if you will. So I want to bring more magic into my life. So I made a mistake, and I was like, well, she wouldn't care, right, if she made a mistake, so I just crossed it out and I wrote it the right way. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, really. This was just like a gratitude piece, because we survived the hurricane and our house was intact, and thank God everyone was safe. Her being sort of in a cocoon type position, you know, in that safety position, and then she just seemed like really powerful and like taking up space. So yeah, just safe. And then in Spanish I wrote very lucky. So these were like self-love spreads with a focus on like the seasons, right? Like spring and fall, which are my two favorite seasons. Also, I love writing on acetate. That was another favorite. This was a tribute to a friend who passed away, and this was a note she had written me. Yeah, so I'm just surrounding her right through her note with light and hoping that she's at peace. But yeah, here we have this is another gratitude piece for sure, regarding us not having any major issues after the hurricane. This is just a piece of wax paper because the fabric paint would stick to this. But yeah, I have some stickers by February and June, bringing in that positive energy, because, you know, Lydia has so much of that like positive and happy energy in her work and in her illustrations. And then I have some Megan. I had to put some of Megan's magic in here because I love her little stars. This was like actual like packing tape from Happy Mail she sent me. And then back here is a tag that she made, and I wrote things in the back, so I won't show the back, but I just put some glitter on it for some sparkle. And then I used this plastic like sticker packaging to write something, and then I obviously put the house over that. And so as you can see, this was getting really hard to open or close. So yeah, this is the last spread. It was getting very hard to journal in here, so I just glued all the final pages together, and then I felt like this felt like it was the last spread in here. I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but sometimes you just get that feeling like we're done here. So we're done here. And as you can see, it's just really chunky, and I think it's just the perfect size. I don't think it needs anything else in here. So that is it for my flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any favorite techniques for your art journaling or your art grimoire or your just everyday journaling. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.